Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel NonFictionSummary. Today we are going to have a look at the book Buddhism Plain and Simple. Enjoy the video. Learn to find peace of mind and see things as they really are. Imagine you spend a pleasant afternoon at the mall, meet some friends, indulge in some delectable ice cream, and even treat yourself to the new book, smartphone, or article of clothing you had your eye on. However, once you get home, all the excitement has long since subsided and you just feel exhausted and empty. Many people in Western nations experience unhappiness, depression, and fear. What have we overlooked? And why do so many famous people support Buddhism? After all, numerous celebrities, including Bill Clinton, Philip Glass, Orlando Bloom, and Tina Turner, have claimed a preference for Buddhism. Buddhism teaches techniques for dealing with difficult emotions, being present in the moment, and finding inner peace. That's why we want to give you a brief introduction to Buddhism in this video. 1. Our misery stems from our inability to see and accept things as they really are. We frequently suffer as a result of comparing reality to our wishes and expectations. Instead, we should simply be present in the moment. This can be a very challenging task, though, as habits that pull us out of the present moment permeate every aspect of our daily lives. We often judge ourselves, other people, and situations based on how we anticipate them to be. For instance, we get upset if it rains in the summer because we anticipate sunny skies. If we're not looking for new reasons to be depressed, we're fixated on trivial desires, such as wanting a new car, a dream house, or flawless skin. All of these aspirations and anticipations act as a barrier separating us from reality. They prevent us from seeing that cool rain is anything other than the disappointing lack of the weather we were hoping for. This perspective on the world makes us unhappy for two reasons. First, we crave authentic experiences and are missing out if we don't recognize what is actually present. Second, we are preparing ourselves for disappointment by expecting reality to be something that it isn't. Buddhism teaches that as long as we resist change, we will experience suffering. We don't want to die or lose our loved ones because we see change as a step closer to death. As a result, we're caught in a vicious cycle of uncertainty, apprehension, and dissatisfaction. If this is the case, how can we learn to see things for what they truly are? If so, much of our suffering stems from our inability to perceive reality as it actually is. Buddhism tells us to accept that we never had control in the first place rather than letting go of it. We all experience change from the moment we are born, so it is an inevitable part of life. We have no control over the processes that cause us to develop, mature, get older, and die. Everything and everyone around us undergoes change, just like us. 2. Buddhism recommends 8 practices for finding peace of mind, and 2 of them are about the way we think. Buddhist practices can act as a raft that you can use to cross a lake from one shore to the other, getting you away from the dukkha, or side of human suffering. The right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right meditation are the 8 essential practices. We'll concentrate on 2 of these aspects in this section of the video. First, you must let go of the propensity to view the world as a backdrop of rigid concepts if you want to find inner peace. Just consider the circle of life or how water can change from a liquid to a gaseous or solid state to get an idea of how the world as a whole is constantly changing. Despite this, we have a propensity to focus on isolated, transient aspects and attempt to imbue them with concepts and opinion. It's similar to focusing on just one element of a kaleidoscope, but consider all the different perspectives that something could be perceived in. Take the example of a boy training a rat. While his mother sees this rat as filthy and disgusting, he finds it to be adorable, cuddly, and lovable. Both interpretations of the rat are arbitrary and lacking. If, for example, that mother kicks the rat out of her house, these conflicting viewpoints could become very heated. Conflict can be avoided by developing the ability to not arbitrarily interpret or judge the opinions of others. The Buddha refers to this as adopting the right view. The firm determination to see things for what they truly are is the right intention. The goal is to return to the present, to be conscious of it, and to simply be awake without yearning for anything else. You could even say that the right intention is the steadfast determination to consistently practice the right view. 3. 2 more key practices are the right mindfulness and the right effort. The idea of right effort suggests that you should never struggle or worry about becoming enlightened. Not attempting to influence what is beyond your control is what the right effort entails. You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink, as the proverb goes. The right mindfulness can assist you in finding your calm in the interim. In daily life, we frequently simply respond to a situation or try to suppress our response. If we continue to live in this manner, we will continue to be extremely susceptible to outside influences, and even the smallest things may annoy us. Just consider the annoying sound of a dripping tap. You will act differently if you engage in the proper mindfulness practice. You won't concentrate on the circumstance, but rather on how it makes you feel. Without passing judgment, concentrate on your response. Where in your body do you feel that irritation? Do you clench your teeth or experience headaches? Do you notice that your breathing becomes deeper and your jaws loosen up after doing this for a while? Practice of mindfulness has a calming effect. By engaging in the proper mindfulness practices, you'll come to understand that your reactions, which you frequently trigger with your own thoughts and attitudes, are really what's wrong with you. 4. The notion of the self is not the definition of our individuality. We frequently assume that each of us has a unique personality and sense of self. However, there has been much discussion and misunderstanding regarding the nature of that personality for centuries. One group makes the case that an immortal soul exists, but is only momentarily imprisoned in a physical body. Atman is the name given to this eternal soul in Hinduism. According to the opposing theory, materialism, we are merely a psychophysical being. Therefore, when our body dies, so does our mind. This theory not only describes prevalent atheistic beliefs but also dates back to ancient India. Buddhism holds that both of these views are deluded. There is no such thing as a self or personality in reality. We attempt to capture fluid, ever-changing phenomena with static, immutable concepts by using terms like personality, soul, or self. We often think of ourselves as corks floating in a stream of time, you could say. These ideas are criticized in Buddhism as being set in stone. Your ideas, emotions, thoughts, and attitudes are constantly changing, so if you look inside, you'll see that you change constantly. Buddha used the word stream to describe people because our lives are characterized by constant movement. In this way, we become the stream rather than just floating in it. 5. The truth is that all things belong to a whole. Relative truths are made up in our minds as we separate one thing or idea from another and define it as something else, such as a picture and its background, a man and a woman, or good and evil. It depends on how you look at it, like an optical illusion that shows either a vase or two faces in profile. In actuality, relative truths are the foundation of our entire language. We lose sight of the fact that relative truths are arbitrary because we are constantly in contact with them. In actuality, however, everything is interconnected and a part of a larger whole. Nothing in this world appears on its own. Everything occurs as a result of other events. Additionally, every idea we form about something simultaneously generates an opposing idea. Darkness is typically thought of as being the absence of light. Both are integral components of the same whole. The only absolute truth is this wholeness. The absolute truth is direct, immediate perception, which means that nothing can be separated, whereas every word tries to divide the world into pieces. To sum up, the key message in this book was, we can escape the cycle of uncertainty and unhappiness if we can learn to stop judging ourselves, others, and the circumstances we encounter. We will discover that we are able to stay in the present moment and enjoy it when we start to practice new ways of living with mindfulness and deeper intention. Thanks for watching the video. When you made it this far, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. See you next time.